Hi, welcome to Style Thoughts by Rita. Today is a very exciting day. I have something really exciting to share with you finally, which is my new guide or lookbook to creating beautiful write-up outfits using the concept of visual interest. So as you know, on this channel, I am often talking about my own essence system where there are 4 essences, and the idea is that you want to take your essence, which is this overall experience and impression of you as a person, and you really want to align this essence with the aesthetics, the way your clothes look, and the style logic, which is how you put your outfits together. And this system is really amazing. I have worked with almost 500 clients now in the last year. It's so powerful. I really love sharing it with you. But of course, the trick with the system is that it is very intuitive based. It can be difficult to translate the essence ideas into the specific style recommendations. So I know a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, definitely I have the write-up essence, definitely I have this archetype, but how do I really dress that way? And that's something that I have been thinking about how to communicate to you effectively. Because of course I have my personal style consultations where I show you specific things for your essence, but it's only so many hours in the day. And of course I want you to be able to use the essence system without having necessarily to work with me one-on-one. However, I find it very uninspiring to try and create kind of a checklist of like the items you need for this essence, because obviously that doesn't really make sense. I know that my clients are from like age everywhere from like early 20s to late 60s, people all over the world. And of course, if you work in an office in like a big city, you have different clothes demands than if you are working from home or taking care of kids, and you live in a smaller city, or if you are really young and you're a university student, right? So of course, all of the different factors about your lifestyle, the availability of clothes around you, what other people are wearing, that all really affect what an effective write-up outfit is going to be. So it's hard to make kind of a checklist of like, here's what you should wear. However, I've now solved this problem because it's not really about giving you a checklist of like the items you need to have, but it's about teaching you what are the things that you need to look for when you are choosing clothes. So if you're looking to find yourself kind of a sweatshirt with jeans, pants, what can you look for that will make that sweatshirt outfit like a good write-up outfit? And I'm gonna give you some examples in this video, but first I just want to explain the overall point about like why visual interest is so important and why this guide is so important. So here's the thing, if you've seen my videos, you know that Write-Up Essence is all about having a very strong visual presence and making a lot of visual impact. You really want your outfits to help you take space in the world, to be seen, and to like help you basically bring out whatever it is you want to contribute to your situations, to want to be received a certain way, you want to contribute something. It's really about taking space. And so the thing with write-up outfits is that they really need quite a lot. They need a lot of the drama, that effort, this refinement, this extravagant glamour, the mystery. You really need to bring those things out. And a lot of write-up women struggle with this, right? You're not really doing yourself justice. You aren't really aligning the aesthetics of what you're doing with your true essence. And it's not just like, oh, it's a problem because it's wrong. The problem is that if you have the write-up essence and you have clothes that are too simple, too minimal, on you, it doesn't look like cool and understated and relaxed, like, and it's not about like, ooh, simple clothes, let my beauty shine through. If you have the write-up essence but your clothes are too minimal, too simple, it looks underwhelming. It just looks kind of boring. It doesn't allow you to have your full power, so you kind of are a bit more underwhelming and a bit more boring in your outfits. A lot of the impression a lot of times about like lack of confidence. You maybe look kind of like meek, which is totally like, you know, maybe unfair because you just want to be able to wear simple outfits. And you know, if that's your choice, like of course. But my point is that like a lot of the times if you have the Right Up essence, you recognize that you really need this like more in order to be seen the way you want to be seen, and also to be yourself, right? To fully occupy your space, to like feel comfortable, feel confident, and be just bringing yourself into your situations. You kind of need this like correct Right Up packaging. This is hard though, right? It's difficult to make the Right Up outfits. It's a skill that requires practice and it requires some knowledge. So what I find for most Right Up women is they have this idea in the head about like, ooh, like, you know, yes, I could dress like in this super extravagant way. Maybe there was a time in your life where your job really called for this work, or you had access to great shopping, or, you know, whatever, like your favorite colors was in season, and you remember like, yes, this is what it would be like if I had Right Up essence. But really, like, the reality of every day, for whatever reason, like, this isn't the blame and shame thing, but for whatever reason, you kind of slipped into these clothes that are just like underwhelming. They're not exciting for you. They're too simple. They don't feel good. You're not yourself in them. So this gap between where you imagine, you know, the true like fruition of your essence and where you are is just very big. And my point with this guide is that there's like so much space between these two options. Like, you can do so much more. Like today, with the clothes that like style that you have, the aesthetic you have, you can do so much more like Right Up style without needing to get to some sort of mythical land where you're like Lupita Nyong'o on the red carpet in a princess dress, right? There is so much you can do to create effective Right Up outfits, and that comes through the use of visual interest. So I have a whole video on the concept of visual interest on this channel, but basically visual interest is like literally something that's interesting to look at. It means for you, especially with Right Up essence, that your outfits give people like many things to see. So if you have just like a button-up shirt, maybe you have it in a bright color. Here I have these like cuffs and it's kind of laces and there's pearl buttons, and I'm also wearing a lot of jewelry and I have like makeup. So there's literally a lot for you to see in what I'm wearing, even though I'm literally just wearing a button-up shirt, right? And that's the point of the visual interest concept, is to think about how can I do more visually. And this idea of doing more sometimes can feel so abstract. It's like, okay, so I need to do more, but like how? But the thing is, it's not abstract. There's just like there are only a certain number of options, and those options are the categories that I focus this visual guide around. So there's color, pattern, texture, like decorations and embellishments, layering, and accessories. That's it. You can choose from this menu of options and think about how to elevate your outfits. So I think the best way for me to explain the usefulness of this concept and of this guide is to give you some examples. So let's start with this concept of a person who lives in a city and they just want an outfit for hanging out. So what they have is this cool black sweatshirt, they have a white denim skirt, and then they have these boots, right? So you have this outfit, and on somebody else, this outfit is like very cool. It's like laid back, but in a very chic way, and it really like lets them shine. But I knew with Right Up essence, it's like, okay, where's like the rest of the outfit? You know, it's again like you're not yourself in it, you're not really taking up the space you deserve, and it's just kind of underwhelming. So how can we apply the concept of visual interest to upgrade the look, right? We can think about, okay, what if I swap out this sweatshirt for something that has this kind of embossed pattern on it? So it's sweatshirt, but it's more visually interesting. And how about the same thing I do for the skirt? I swap out the skirt for something that has a more interesting texture. It has these pockets on the front, which create interest. I add something more interesting on the shoes where there's a decoration on it. I add a bag that has a texture detail. I add some jewelry. So where we land is the same kind of outfit where it's like, yeah, it's a sweatshirt and a skirt. It looks trendy and, you know, kind of like cool, but the second outfit has way more of these like visual interest elements leaning in this Right Up kind of refined and effort, this kind of like refined glamour direction. So you still have the same look, but by adding the visual interest elements, you're getting more the effect you want to achieve. We can think about this also like a going out look. So if the same person, if they want to have like an evening look, then they could get this like, oh, black kind of knit set that's very popular, very cool right now. And again, on somebody else, lovely, right? It's sexy, it's kind of relaxed, but it's chic, you know, and it's beautiful. But with the Right Up essence, it's kind of like, I want something more, right? That's the desire, is to do something more. So we could use the same principles of adding embellishments, changing the shapes, right? Adding accessories. So we still stick with this kind of black, chic evening look, but we end up somewhere that's just like much more striking and visually prominent. Like for example, we have this like big thing on the blouse, right? Compared to the more minimal texture. So there's just like a lot more to look at, and the overall outfit makes much more of an impression while still maintaining this like cool, I don't know, trendy, kind of sexy aesthetic. Or to think of a more casual outfit, right? So let's say you want an outfit just for hanging out, and what you have right now is you have this long cardigan and you wear with jeans and a t-shirt. It's a cute outfit for other people. Maybe they want to switch some things up. Maybe to make it more cohesive, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that there is a more of this warm, rich kind of color story, and that makes it look really cohesive and pretty. But on you, just adding that color, it's still not really enough, because ultimately the outfit just feels a little bit too easy. It feels a bit too understated and relaxed. So again, we can take this idea of the shape of the long cardigan with the pants and the shirt, and we can start adding more visually interesting things. So in this context where you're just looking for a relaxed look, swapping out the denim for a pair of pants that maybe have this like pleat crease on the front, right? And brighter, lighter color story, these silver shoes. Of course, you could get like silver brogues or something. You don't need to wear heels for a relaxed setting, right? But suddenly you kind of swapped out the nature of the outfit by adding these visual interest elements, and you land somewhere much more interesting. And you could take it even further, right, by choosing a cardigan that has this very intense pattern on it and has kind of a built-in shawl thing. And the pattern is very visually striking. It has a high contrast of colors. You can have black boots. Again, you could wear flats, right? But the point is, you take this outfit that started out as being very understated with just like jeans and a cardigan and a t-shirt, and you land somewhere where it's still like, yeah, it's a cardigan, a shirt, and pants, but you've enhanced the outfit so much through visual interest that it's letting you really just like take up more of that visual space and make more of that visual impact you desire. So to come back to the visual interest guide, the purpose of this guide is to really teach you how you can apply these concepts of visual interest to create your own Right+Up outfits. So no matter what is your lifestyle or what are the things, you know, like you really need in terms of comfort, or what are your color preferences, you can take so much just by reading this guide. So I've worked together with Nikki from The Style Teller on this, and we have made sections on color, for example, where we tell you like, here's how you can use more colors. Here's successful color stories. Here are color stories that are harder to do. And we do that for each of the sections: color, pattern, texture, decorations, layering, accessories, where we show you tons of visual examples, and we're like, hey, you can try these things, you can try these things, you can try these things. But we also kind of break down the specific outfits, and we say like, hey, here's an outfit that works, and here's why it works. So the point is not just like, oh, we give you all of this inspiration and these new ideas, but we also are giving you like an understanding of how to do the outfit, why it works, and it like, we also show you stuff that doesn't work, and we're like, here's why it doesn't work. So the point is, whatever you're able to find around you and whatever the outfits you want to create, you can understand how to approach it and what to think about, so you actually can execute on creating the Right+Up outfit of your dreams. So the guide's available on my website. It is 150 pages. There are more than 200 examples, and we have worked really hard at it. It's really, really useful, amazing, and a beautiful resource. So I cannot recommend it enough. If you have the Right+Up essence, I promise that you will receive so much use from this. If you have ever thought about like, okay, how can I actually do something more? And if you're feeling a little bit stuck and you want just some inspiration, if you want guidance, yeah, this guide is going to be awesome for you. And I know that you'll be wondering about the other essences. The other essences also have their guides. They're all basically getting finished, and they're going to be released soon. I also want to say, like, it's been so long because I've been on YouTube so much been just like working a lot on other stuff, and then I was sick for so long, but I really miss making videos, and I'm really happy to be back with you. I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up, so thanks for being here. Hope you guys have had a really nice summer too. And check out the guide, go to the website. You can even see a preview of some of the selected pages. It is really awesome. I'm so proud about it. Yeah. Okay, bye.